Thank you very much, and great to have all of you. We really celebrate all of you coming in, and I think this is really a key focus areas for us, even at the stock market. So I'm the Chief Officer, Strategy, Risk and Compliance at the NSE, and also the Treasurer at the REITs Association of Kenya. So thank you very much. So I can see some really good questions. So would you say there has been a successful REIT in our market? Actually, not one, not two. We've had 4 successful REITs. So we've had the Fahari I-REIT that started off from the listed portion, and then in last month it actually came on our USP platform. So it has been successful. We were actually in the deal room together with them, and they are looking towards growing. We had the Acorn that has 2 REITs, a development REIT and also an income REIT. So again, the largest purpose-built accommodation for students in Africa. So actually it's very successful. So they are very bullish. They've been constantly doing a lot of capital raise, even after they were listed on our unquoted securities platform. So they've been constantly growing and also expanding. So more recently, for those who've been following, I know the Gen Zs, I don't know if there are Gen Zs here, they are greeting people, but the last time in the US trip by the president, we had actually some of them go to the US, and they brought in over, I think, 109 million US dollars to continue the work that they are doing. So it's very successful. And last but not least, we have from our pension, CPF. For those who are following the news, yesterday we had the CPF again support the Ulinzi, the Lindsay Sukuk, with the president also launching it at the NSE, where they have also been very successful. So if you're a pension fund, again, they are seeing a way of converting some of the pensions, the allocations that they have into REIT. So they are also successful. So 4 of them, that is the Fahari ILAM, the D-REIT for Acorn, and the I-REIT for Acorn, and also the CPF REIT. So who is a trustee in the REITs arena? Is it a financial institution? So currently we've been actually having a number of them that are financial institutions. So we have Coop Trust, they are a trustee from Cooperative, the Cooperative Bank, and then also NCBA. I've seen actually they're in the other deal room, they're the latest trustee that is in the market. So NCBA and Cooperative. And then do you see more listing in the near future, let's say next year? So I think that one is taking it even very far. So the biggest listing that we've had in our market, the last listing was actually a REIT listing. That is it was the CPF, the Lab Trust. And then this year, the Sukuk listing we had again, also related. It's only that it is Islamic finance, and so it was classified more as a Sukuk. But in essence, it is being used for real estate. We are talking about the deal. In the deal room, we have an Incubator and Toolkit, and we are looking at 6 already inside in the Toolkit. So what is happening there is also pitching to potential investors. The pension funds and fund managers, they're actually engaging. And one of the things that we shall be seeing is more uptake. So we already have 6 within the pipeline. Mivida, there's Centum REIT, there's National Housing, there are quite a number. So we are also seeing how they can come on board. So can anyone invest in the Sukuk Islamic bond?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yes, so most of these, and you'll see the structure of some of the REITs, sometimes it is it is open to any person. However, for most REITs, because of the risky nature, we normally allow more for the institutional investors, the people who are called professional investors, who can be able to take the risk that is associated with it. But that does not in any way stop the retail from participating, and it's not about being a Muslim, or it's not a faith thing. It's really just a financial structure. I don't know how many have passed through McFry's and it is written halal and you still take the chips. So or the fries. So it being labeled halal, it is or a sukuk, it's because of the way the use of the proceeds. So the use of the proceeds, they do not support maybe a bar, gambling, things like that. So it's actually good for any person who is interested in actually investing in it when there is an opportunity for the retail. So like the Acorn has a retail window. So the retail window is called VUCA. So with the retail window, anybody can actually get to participate in it. But for the others, some of them have restrictions where they require maybe a high net worth investment in it. And also because of protection from the CMA, then there are also some guidelines as to who can participate. But any sukuk, and we are actually going to have more sukuks coming up, then we should actually be able to also participate. The other one is Fahari I-REIT announced the sukuk.
Don't worry, there were more popping up, just more popping up. But actually, Waggema, I wanted to clarify.
Yes, please.
That any question that I feel someone here needs extra, not divine intervention, I mean extra answers, that's why I plugged him in to come here and actually tackle that. There is one though from what we've just done, and I only have about 2 minutes or so. So just remain there as I scroll that, as we get this one tackled in from our speaker on contracts. Very quickly, please go ahead. I think the question is on contracts. Are rate-related contracts any different from the typical construction contracts such as FIDIC arrangements, etc.?
Thank you. On that, I would just say that they are not different. Construction, primarily, you have the red book, the silver book, or the yellow book that guides the duties of the parties in relation to the contracts and allocate risk. What we're saying is that when you're dealing with REIT construction, there are additional reporting obligations that the contracts need to comply with. So it's important that you have the documents. At that point, you standardize them to get to that higher standard, compliance with the scheme documents and then the REIT regulations. But you can start with the primary templates, ensuring that there's compliance. Thank you. That I don't think so, because you need to be licensed, and under the regulations you have to be a bank or an institution. You have to meet certain requirements in terms of capital. The way law firms are organized, I don't think they can offer that service. Thank you.
So I think, Waggema, are the agreements for the sukuk different to cater for Sharia law?
Sorry, come again?
Are the agreements for the sukuk different to cater for the Sharia law?
Yes, so what we have is usually we get a scholar, that is a Muslim scholar on the Sharia, that also add in addition to maybe what is required. So there's just a layer, especially to check on maybe the ethicalness of the investment. So it's slightly different, yes.
And finally, Fahari I-REIT announced to the investors of a closure. What's the future?
All right, so it was actually a comma. When they came back to the market, I told them, welcome back, prodigal son. So they are still back, and actually they are raring to go. So what happened is that they had a transition whereby when they came into the market, they were at 20 shillings. But in the market, because of the way it goes up and down, it had gone down to 6 shillings. So you see the investors were feeling that because real estate does not go up and down that much, how can we preserve value? And that's how they came from the market, which is affected by other sentiments. The market, okay, if the dollar is being hit, the whole market goes down. But on the unquoted securities platform, which is an alternative platform at the NSE, they are able to trade based on the net asset value. And they are there. They actually, last month they came back. So they're actually on. What happened is that we had a lot of retail investors, so they are focusing on institutional or sophisticated investors. So the people who are retail, they were actually given a decent return, and then also now focusing. And the beauty about it is that it has moved from the 6 shillings, now it is at 18. So if you have a chama or a collective scheme, please, Fahari, not just Chai, but there's Fahari I-REIT. Thank you very much.